So we're at Rounton's, the absolute bestest, coffeeest place. But this place does absolutely unreal coffee, and we were super stoked to come out, check it out, which is why we brought the camera, which is why we wanted to vlog about it and show you guys some really freaking killer coffee.
Smell that, I mean, it's just like absolutely beautiful. Unreal, isn't it? So I've just made a brew. This is a New Colombian coffee. Yeah, this is a New Colombian. I'm just going to pour it fairly gently.
It smells so good. There's like there was no bitterness to that at all. Holy shit.
Natural. So see the process, it's a natural. So these are all your washed coffees, but they've been fermented for a little bit longer.
Back in the day when coffee like first became a thing, it would more likely taste like that than like one of these.
Again, it depends on the origin. It depends on the origin. It depends how the process at origin, and that is really more about the infrastructure that they've got at origin, whether it's kind of fairly rudimentary or whether they've actually got subsidised equipment. But also, it also depends on how the roaster wants to interpret that coffee. What we've been used to before in the past is quite darkly roasted coffee, which tastes ubiquitous. Ubiquitous is a good word.
What a fucking word. Who uses that in a sentence?
I've just knocked it out like that. And as long as we provide and supply and get the best green that we can from origin, and we roast it to bring out the best of the flavour profile, then everyone's a winner. And as long as the barista can do a good job at the barista's end, then that's the journey.
You used to be a barista, didn't you? I did, back in the day, yeah. In Australia. Yeah.
I'd make coffee in Australia.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That was like, I hadn't tasted coffee, like I hadn't truly tasted coffee until I landed in Melbourne, and that was like mind blowing. It was like, oh, holy shit, this is what it should taste like. And then it was just like, from that moment I was like, right, I need to learn how to do this. And then
So a lot of the roasters that are occupying London and the southwest are from New Zealand and Australia, and a lot of people are coming back and travelling around Australia saying, you know what, they do it right in Australia, the UK haven't been doing it right for so long, I'm going to try and make a mark.
I think Australia calls themselves the coffee capital of the world at the minute, and I think I think they are transforming the way that we drink coffee 100%. I started having coffee in Australia, and I started liking it more and more, and then I went to Vietnam and I had Vietnamese coffee, and that was like a whole new different level, and now I absolutely love coffee, but it has to be right. Like, we don't go to Costa or anything like that. We go to Bedford Street or whatever, and these Rounton's is pretty much the roaster of all the coffee shops that we go to, and it's just next level. But before Australia, I didn't like coffee because I didn't appreciate it was all instant coffee, wasn't it? And then you had like Starbucks or Costa, and I was like,
Well, and I just think that's what's happening is people now are just so literally take a little bit of
one of these from
coffee.
McDonald's, and I need to tell which one.
No, we definitely don't roast with McDonald's. Take a little bit of the scoop, slurp it, and what you're trying to do is just to enjoy and just taste the characteristics of it. So looking for body, looking for sweetness, looking for any complexity.
I'm ready. Are you ready?
Go for it.
I feel like I want to go to Sens. You say this one was weird?
I'll tell you.
Why are you spitting?
Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I've got a spittoon in me, I might as well use it.
Do you spit the ones that you don't like?
No.
No, you like them all.
It depends on the time of the day. If it's later in the day, I don't want to be consuming as much coffee. Yeah, start at this end and work your way that way, because the magic is around here.
Right, I'm ready.
Right, so just rinse that out,
Did I make the noise right?
No.
Very easy there. So are you able to pick up any of the differences between them?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, that was better.
There you go, you're getting there now.
You're a professional coffee
that.
taster now.
Are we all sharing? We're all sharing. Yeah, we're sharing.
Sharing is caring.
I've just realised now I'm on my last one.
This is the interesting one.
What? That's madness.
Well, can you taste how fruity they are?
Yeah, is that just coffee? That is just coffee. There's no flavour in that. That's literally.
Yeah, like we don't flavour our coffees.
Holy shit! That tastes like. That is so fruity. I've never ever had a coffee that tastes like that before, ever.
Yeah, well, the difference is.
Wow.
Is around, it's about the origin, and it's about how they process the coffee at origin. Now that I can guarantee is a naturally processed coffee, and what that means is that they've just dried the coffee in the cherry. So they haven't removed the cherry, they haven't pulped the cherry, they've allowed it to dry for us, which has allowed the coffee to ferment a little bit. And as it ferments, it just creates those real juicy, sweet, fruity notes.
That's probably mad. That's blown my mind, though. Yeah. Freaking like in business and life and all of these things, it's like it's way more about continuously trying to grow and trying to learn new things, and then that's what we were talking about, how you can keep progressing, and it just like and then we came out and you showed us loads of cool shit about learning how to sniff coffee and sip coffee. And,
if you're in business, learning cannot stop, because I think that it's the cycle of continuous improvement. So I think continuous improvement is when you set out into a business, you've got to learn to improve, you need to learn new techniques, you need to move with the times. You cannot stop, and if you stop, you start getting left behind, not just in coffee, but just in everything. I mean, there's standards out there that people follow to continuously push, to audit themselves, to do this, to do that. As soon as you stop, then you begin to get complacent, and then you just start falling behind.
There's people that are pushing boundaries all over, and it's like having to learn the next thing all of the time. And I think in our industries in particular, they're growing so quickly and changing, like overnight there'll be something new. And
so one of the things that we would do every morning is we would have a cafetiere coffee, but when we drink a cafetiere coffee, it's not the traditional way. But we've been doing that for the last couple of months, and it's like, come on guys, there's other ways to brew coffee on a morning. We should really be exploring them all, and we should be enjoying them all. So we broke that routine from today, and we're actually starting to use other techniques.
We've been so fortunate to have so many people offer us advice or tips on how to do this, or helping us do that, or collaborating with people. And I think that goes hand in hand with learning, because you can collaborate with someone, and then from that you're like learning, actually, like that's a really good idea, and I could do what you're doing in your business in my business, and likewise you can like flip that on its head.
Yeah, because I mean everyone's on the same sort of business journey, and you don't learn business while you're in school, do you? So you learn as you go on. You make your mistakes, you make sure you don't make the same mistake again, and then you learn from it, and then you move on. I learn more when I'm talking to people and listening than what I would read in a textbook, for sure.
100%. I'm excited. Oh my days, that was incredible. I've never tasted coffee like that in my life. That was incredible. We're going to go back again in a couple of weeks. We're going to do a taste test, and at that point I'll be able to tell you a little bit more about what's happening. But lifelong learning it's not just a massive part of Wonder Films, or a massive part of my world and my life and Lou's life and all of that, but it's a massive part of David's life and other businesses' lives, and that's incredible. If you like this content, hit the like button. If you want to see more stuff like this, if you want to carry on learning and go through the journey with me and with Wonder Films and everything that we're doing, then hit that subscribe button. If you're interested in this, if you want to find out more about those guys, I'm going to put the link on, and you can check Rounton's out and their channel. They do some really cool things, and drop us a comment, let's chat about it. And I guess there's nothing more to say, but see you on the next one.
Okay.
So what are we talking about?
Are you a winger?
A winger?
Yeah.
Winger? Oh, I've been winging it for fucking 6 years. Like, so, yeah, just...